Are you happy?
I'd say so. For the most part, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
Do you like this town of Collegeville?
Actually, yeah, I really do love it.
Is everybody here happy?
I love the little area of Skippack, which is this quaint little town on Main Street.
That's not Collegeville, though.
Well, it's all kind of under the same umbrella.
Would you call this one of the happiest cities in America?
It does pretty good, but...
It does pretty good? That's not the happiest.
I like it. I'm happy here. But, I don't know. Maybe there are places that I could be happier.
Let's find out. The top 15 happiest cities...
Woo! In America.
America. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of...
Big Spoon.
Little Spoon.
Oh.
Yeah. Big intro, little intro.
Exactly.
Right? That's cute.
I know. I like
cool.
it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, today we're talking happy cities.
Happiest cities in America.
Happy cities in America.
This is a submission from Faith Grappone. Thank you very much for your submission. Love all your feedback that you've been giving us. Mm-hmm. One of our top fans there.
Yeah, we have a few fans who have been submitting things to us. So in Volume 1, essentially we were picking topics out of a hat, and that's where we would get them from.
Yeah.
But this time around, we've had so many submissions from people that we realized we just couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So
we've got a lot. We've got a lot from all different types of people coming through here. So it's going to be random.
It's still random for sure,
but we have to make it even from whoever we've got.
Yeah, we have to know a little bit. We have to know it ahead of time before we do it. So with that, let's talk about the top 15 happiest cities in America.
So I think you found a pretty cool article that we're going to go off of.
Yeah.
Just kind of go down part of the list here and kind of fill our time with just learning a little about where these places are.
Well, why would they be happy? So number 15 is Honolulu, Hawaii.
Ooh,
so
okay.
I mean, obviously, I think you and I were both a little surprised that this was there, because when I hear Honolulu, I know it's a big city on an island. Obviously,
a lot of tourist traffic.
Exactly.
So maybe that's why it's super happy.
I don't know. I know a lot of the locals and tourists don't necessarily like. I don't know.
I feel like a lot of this is let's take a look at places like the Bahamas and Jamaica. These are areas where people tend to live in poverty, but it's a great tourist spot, so it brings in a lot of money for tourism. And not saying that that's Hawaii, because it is a state, so it's getting everything that you would get normally from being part of the United States of America. But I at least know that the cost of living in Hawaii is really high. Mm-hmm. So you don't think that everyone's going to be living in like these amazing houses unless they're super rich. And usually that's like on the one side of Hawaii.
So maybe that's why people in Honolulu are so happy, is that it's... I don't know. This doesn't make sense to me.
I would think it's mostly based off of the smiles that you're getting there and people who are visiting.
Wait, do you think someone's in an airport like, how many smiles have you made today?
Smile.
Oh, gosh.
Smile.
Well, there was the frozen yogurt shop this morning, and I bought myself a new shirt this afternoon. I'm going to go with 5 smiles.
That's a 5 smiles on the board. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. You know what? There's really no understanding of how they came up with this list, which I think makes it even more entertaining for us to talk
to try and figure it out.
Yeah, so number 15's Hawaii.
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Number 14 here is the Northport / Sarasota / Bradenton, Florida area.
That's so, think about it. My thing is, I got Collegeville, I got Skippack, I'm actually technically in the town of Creamery.
It's all
umbrellaed.
It's a metro area, if you want, metropolitan
there you
area.
go.
So I've actually been to this one.
Ooh,
so yes,
tell us about
Sarasota. So, Florida is as Florida does. I think a lot of people there are happy because you have a lot of retirees who've moved from, Florida itself gets most of their retirees from the Northeast, but you do see some from other places.
So tell me, why are you smiling today? There's no snow.
Yeah, that's a good reason. It's warm. It's comfortable. A lot of the places I've seen in Sarasota, Bradenton, are really nice and well made. And plus, you're not far from Tampa, which is a somewhat clean, nice city to go to. Mm-hmm. Everything's there. If you're a baseball fan, like there's baseball almost year round because you have spring training goes on there.
Aren't taxes lower there?
In Florida, yes. Yeah, there are.
Taxes, cost of living's a little bit lower.
Cost of living's lower.
That's probably one reason that I would look at and think, okay, I don't have to spend as much.
Most of these people are retired. They're not working.
Yeah.
A large chunk of your population, at least. Plus, Sarasota, Bradenton, there's a lot of art galleries there, rose gardens, there's exhibits, things to see and do. Mm-hmm. It's not just, it's
a fun place to be.
Exactly. It's not just people chilling out at the pool.
Cool. All right, awesome. What else do we got here? There is Salinas, California. I feel like we're going to see a lot from California.
I think I did see a lot of California places, which
surprising again because taxes are super high in California.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack because there's maybe a lot of cool, fun things to do, great places to eat, but how much are you paying to actually live there?
Salinas and compared to the rest of California? So the only thing I know about it, according to this article, is that that's where John Steinbeck is from.
That's literally what it says here, too.
Yeah.
Just bases novels on there. There is a picture of this, kind of
cute
candy
little cottage.
house. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see where it is on a map, but apparently my Wi-Fi does not want to be my friend.
Oh, no.
That's because I'm not hooked up to your Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's probably a reason.
Well, either way, California is it's a really nice, comfortable place to be.
Mm.
And, weather's fairly mild. Mm-hmm. You're close to big cities like LA and San Diego if you're in Southern California, which is my assumption.
Another great touristy place to go and check out. And then I'd come home to where I can afford to live.
Yeah.
Santa Maria, Santa Barbara, California.
Is that the next one on the list?
The next one on there, yep.
Yeah. So we're moving up. So Santa Barbara is much closer to LA.
The pictures on here, though, are really beautiful.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get on your Wi-Fi here, so you go ahead and talk about this one for me.
So it does just say on here, walkable streets, beach and mountain views, and Mediterranean climate make this American Riviera a Pacific Coast gem. So the picture that I'm looking on here, it's actually definitely looks very Mediterranean. I would be pretty happy with going to kind of like a place like this. Maybe there's a lot of really great restaurants around. I'm a big fan of Mediterranean food. I mean, my favorite is Dalmates. Stuffed grape leaves. Yum, 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 yum.
Is that what it says? What are you talking about?
No, I'm just talking about Mediterranean places. If that's what they said, the climate's very Mediterranean. It does look like it. And I always enjoy being able to look around and see nice views. So one of the places I can't wait to talk about it, like Utah or
So believe it or not, Salinas is actually nowhere near Southern California. It's more towards the middle. So San Jose, San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
You're maybe talking an hour or so outside of San Jose by the looks of it. But it is very close to the coast. It's right near Monterey. And you have some pretty large state parks nearby too. You're also fairly closer to like Napa, which is a nice area up there. Mm-hmm. What exactly makes Salinas so happy, I'm not sure. So if anybody out there is actually
parks, though,
from
that's
there,
always a fun one.
Yeah, feel free to let us know.
Cool.
Number 11 is Naples, Immokalee, and Marco Island. So that's more on the opposite side. No, Naples is on the Gulf Coast. Same idea as Bradenton. It's a lot of retirees they're living their best life. They don't have to work anymore. They're comfortable. They only get to see their kid. They only have to see their kids like once or twice a year.
I feel like I'd still want to be like, you should come visit. I'm not leaving here though. But you should definitely come.
So my in-laws send us like Christmas cards, Thanksgiving cards, and it always says in the card, "Can't wait for you to come visit us." Every time it's hilarious.
You don't want to come visit me in the mountains? No, it's cold. It's got snow.
You're not in the mountains.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, we are going to Florida in March for that.
There you go. I don't know. I'll be going in May, maybe.
You're going to Disney World.
I really hope that happens.
That Diz. You
Right,
going to the Diz.
Going to that Dizzy.
All right. Next up on the list is Anchorage, Alaska.
Ooh, this is a cool one. Actually, that's definitely a goal for me, as I would love to go up to Alaska, like maybe during like the summer where it starts to warm up there. Mm-hmm. I know that that's a little bit odd when it comes to like the sunlight there.
Yeah, the nights and days.
But I mean, I've just heard it's super pretty there and a great place if you're gonna be, checking out nature. Yeah. Maybe don't hike alone.
So. Yeah, Alaska itself is. It's such a beautiful state. Yeah. There's so much to do. I'm sure the people living there or around there, at least in Anchorage, are very health conscious. I'm sure you get a lot of hiking activities, outdoor activities, and I think generally that would make the population fairly happy. Yeah. Plus, you are a little bit more segregated from the mainland, so things are more expensive there for that reason. But you also get a nice stipend from the government for living in Alaska as well.
Oh, see, I did not know that.
Yes, yeah, you get a stipend for living there because of all the.
You pay me to live somewhere, and
I don't think it's that much.
I'll give you a 5-smile day.
A 5 smiles day. You're paying me to live here? Happiest place in America. Come join us. But wait, now I'm thinking about it. What if this list? Mm-hmm. We're almost halfway through this list now. Yeah. And what if the list was created by cities that are just desperate for tourism right now and are like, please, we will pay you millions to be on your list.
This is why I saw Forbes and I was just thinking, like, this is a list, but there's so many other lists out there. How do you actually measure the happiest cities in America?
Well, it's not Forbes. It was the study was done actually by National Geographic. Forbes is just reporting on it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But still.
Yeah, I don't know how Nat Geo did it. I tried to read that article and it wouldn't let me.
Exactly. It's like, here's the one that won.
Yeah, that's right. It was that's all it said was here's the winner, which we'll get to.
Out of 50. We're not going to do 50. Okay, but Anchorage, Alaska, if they're giving you a stipend. Other places, it's like, well, this is where people go to retire. So I'm starting to see kind of a bit of a trend.
Well, this next one I think is going to throw you off a little bit from the trend.
Oh.
Barnstable Town, Massachusetts. I don't know anything about Barnstable Town.
7 idyllic villages, including Hyannis.
But Massachusetts in itself... So being along the coast of Massachusetts, like the Cape and all those areas, are really pretty. Yeah. Especially in the wintertime. It helps when you have a football team that wins like 4 million Super Bowls. I hate the Patriots, but it's okay. I'll save that for my sports podcast, Sports with Nick Drago, every Sunday. Anyway, shameless plug aside.
You were almost going to do it earlier, and I was waiting for it.
I didn't actually.
Earlier in another episode.
Oh, we talked about sports in our last couple episodes. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, actually, I did. I do have a friend, Ryan. He had lived up by the Cape, and he said that was a nice place to live.
Yeah, and I'm just assuming Barnstable Town is by the Cape. We can look that one up and confirm it.
I'd like to find out how they named a town Barnstable. This town really was just a barn and a stable.
Maybe it's Barnstable.
Barnstable.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely in the Cape.
Oh yeah, that's got to be pretty. I imagine fall there probably looks awesome.
Yeah. So of course, that's just it. Is some of these towns like it makes sense. Like we can easily say, okay, this is most likely why it's on this list.
This one is really confusing. Okay. This one's super confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
Bridgeport, Stamford, Connecticut.
Okay.
What?
So I lived many a year in Connecticut.
Yes. But Bridgeport's like
I
factory.
Would never have thought of Bridgeport as one of the happiest cities.
I literally have to scratch my head.
In all of America, Bridgeport, I can't say I would feel that way. Stanford makes a little bit more sense.
Mm-hmm. Are they like right next to each other or something? Or are they like that's a
They're about a half hour, 20 minutes or so from
endless
each other.
Cultural experiences nearby, but many locals stay put for work.
So I think the reason being, so Stanford's becoming like a big hub for a lot of businesses that don't want to pay New York City prices. So they'll move up to Stanford because without traffic, you're talking an hour's drive.
That's what do you have? That's 95.
It's literally just up. It's just up 95.
It's just the worst.
There's always traffic. It's horrible. You're talking like a 2-hour commute if you live in Manhattan and go to Stanford every day.
Is this like the most unhappiest? Like 3? No. We got 2 smiles here.
You also have Greenwich is nearby.
Okay.
There's a lot of surrounding towns with...
it does say endless cultural experiences nearby.
There's a lot of very nearby nice places. Boston, Providence, New York. Those are all day trips to 3 major cities. Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah, wow. Think about it.
All
you can be in
very
totally
close.
different areas.
Yeah.
I mean, like, get some of that clam chowder.
Get some of that clam chowder. Even if you wanted to go, you could go. I mean, Connecticut beaches, in my opinion, aren't that great. I'm sorry, friends from Connecticut, but it's true. If you want to go to Providence, like Newport Beach, there's a lot of nice beaches there that are within an hour's or so drive of Stanford, Bridgeport. Or if you want to go and do a weekend on Long Island, there's the ferry in Bridgeport will take you right down there.
Right over to Port Jeff.
Right over to the Port Jeff.
Where like one of the first times I ever had salsa.
Oh, that place was pretty good. Is it still there?
I don't know, but they did open one up over in Patchogue.
Really? That's not still there, is it?
I think so.
I don't know this stuff.
I don't know. They have really good food. But, okay, cool. So maybe there is a reason for that because
I could see why that is, but living in Connecticut, I have a very difficult time imagining Bridgeport/Stanford area as one of the happiest in all of America.
Happy to be nearby places that make me happy.
But again, if you're including because there's a lot of towns in between. Like if you're including all of that, like Greenwich and Devon, and okay, I can see that. You have a lot of wealthy people that live in that area, folks with very little cares. Maybe that if you're including that entire region, okay, I can see that.
And this is also coming off of that it's a little bit higher on the list from the other places that we saw. So maybe this trend of like you're happy to be in Honolulu, but I'm not as happy as when I can afford to live somewhere, and I do also have access to places that are nice.
That's true.
So maybe there is a reason for that. This is cool.
Yeah, this next one's actually pretty cool. Provo or Orem, Utah.
Can I read it? I'm going to read it.
Go ahead, read what it says.
An intoxicating blend of city, culture, and outdoor recreation with fishing, hiking, and rafting, all just a stone's throw away.
Oh, wow, look at this. Okay, so it's not on Salt Lake itself.
But it's close.
You're very close to Salt Lake City. You actually have a smaller lake down there, Utah Lake. Wow. That Provo and Orem sit right on that lake.
So, like, you're right nearby, like, a really beautiful place. There's some rivers, I think I'm seeing.
I'm sure there's plenty of hiking. Those are streets, Jayme.
Streets, okay.
I'm sure there are plenty of like great hiking trails and outdoor activities to do there. I'm sure there's a lot of fun to be had there, and probably because more people are going to be going into Salt Lake, you probably have less people going into Orem and Provo.
So if you're a nature buff and you do occasionally go into the city, that's a place definitely to hang out.
And there are a lot of mountains nearby too. You have you have Mount. Oh boy. Timpanogos. And you have Bald Knoll, Provo Peak, Spanish Fort Peak, Loafer Mountain, Dry Mountain. Now I'm just going down the Rockies.
That's got to be a lot of really cool hiking.
There's a lot of really cool hiking. And then you go up and you're in the Twin Peaks. Wow. So there is a lot of really cool hiking, outdoor experiences, breathtaking, as you will.
I remember when Ian lived, when he was stationed out near Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And he would go on like just trips and go visit places, and he found a lot of hot springs.
Yes.
So that would be kind of cool to find some hot springs.
Yeah. Plus, the general population, if you want to generalize, there are a lot of folks who follow the Mormon faith out there. And a lot of them are very happy folks from ones that I've met or learned about.
I got 4 smiles from being part of the Mormon faith.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just stuck on this whole, 5 smiles thing.
I see that. All right, so number 6.
Back to California.
San Jose, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara. Mm-hmm. And the quote is, it's about 300 days of sunshine each year.
That sounds like pretty much what you'd hear from a Californian.
I mean, it's not... So, San Jose is a little more north, so it's not as, bonkers hot as it gets in L.A. San Jose, I mean, you're very close to, Silicon Valley. You're near the Bay Area, so I'd imagine there's a lot to do.
A little more temperate.
Yeah, so this is more north of Salinas, which is also on the list. So I'd imagine there's a lot of similar things to enjoy about this, similar to what we said about Salinas, right?
I wonder what it costs to live out in that area.
San Jose can be very expensive.
What?
The closer you get to Silicon Valley, oh yeah. San Francisco is a mess. Oakland's cheap because it's Oakland. Yeah, it's a dump. I'm just kidding. Oakland's...
Sorry, Oakland.
I'm sorry, Oakland.
All right, number 5, San Luis. That sounds like it's from something. In San Luis. Paso Robles and Arroyo Grande, California. California again.
California, yeah. Well, same reasons as before.
Relax at
so
wineries.
Where is Arroyo Grande?
Explore sand dunes or take in coastal views along hiking and biking trails. Sand dunes. Wow, that's kind of neat.
So this is a little bit more segregated from the rest of LA. You're still along the coast. You're on that Pacific Coast Highway. You're near Las Padres National Forest. But you're probably probably over an hour, 2 hours from Los Angeles.
Wow.
And you're not even close to Salinas, San Jose. So maybe because it's so far from the two of those that it's a little bit more
I would imagine if you have access to wineries that you can hang out on,
that's a possibility.
I'd be happy with some wine.
Who doesn't love wine? Sure.
Okay.
All right, number 4.
Here we go.
Fort Collins, Colorado.
Historic storefronts
Yeah.
that inspired the design of Disneyland's Main Street, USA.
Yeah.
Views of the Rocky Mountains.
I hear your son.
That was a good nap, huh?
What is he saying?
He had a good nap.
That's adorable.
Yes. Okay, so Colorado, okay.
Colorado, I mean, first off, Fort Collins is known for just being really pretty. You're right. It is the what did we say? The design for Main Street USA at Disneyland. Also pot's legal there, so
I'd be pretty happy too.
A lot of happy people.
Everyone's really happy. How many smiles did you have today? Sandwich.
Sandwich.
That's a scale of sandwich on the 5 smile scale.
Number 3 is Charlottesville, Virginia. I'm actually surprised. I don't know anything about Charlottesville, Virginia here, although the picture in there shows downtown. It's really nice looking.
Really cool.
I would hang out there.
Reminds me of when we went to Savannah. Is Savannah on this list?
Savannah, well, maybe lower down, but I did not see Savannah
come
on this
on,
list.
That would be number 1. I loved it there. I want to move there.
Number 2 is Santa Cruz / Watsonville, California.
Okay,
a lot of beach.
California.
You're very close to Monterey Bay, right? So the same reasons that we love California before. And then number 1 on this list is
Boulder, Colorado.
Which
best explored on 2 wheels with more than 300 miles of dedicated bikeways. Okay.
So I did actually get to read a little bit about this from the Nat Geo article.
Okay.
And a lot of it was, it's more open, fresh air. There's a lot of fun outdoor things to do. People there are concerned with fitness. So you have a lot of folks who are out skiing, snowboarding, bike riding, hiking, smoking pot. Things like that make it a very happy city. And anyone I've ever met from Boulder, Colorado, really the whole state in general, are just generally happy people who are very confused by the East Coast and why we're all grumpy, angry people.
We like it though. That's our thing.
That's just
we like to be grumpy.
I hate being mad at people but I love being mad at people. And when people around me are too happy, it's weird.
Okay, you know what it is? It's not that we're mad. We just have a really good sense of sarcasm. So, like, if you're from Colorado, you might also be Canadian. Oh, that's just... I'm sorry, everybody. I love you all.
We're very hateful in this episode. Like, this is bad. Like, if we don't
You know what? If all these people are really happy, and I just... Oh, gosh.
We're going to get a lot of hate mail. wehateforks@gmail.com. So before we go...
That's a 5 frown on the frown scale.
I want to throw one city into this mix.
Savannah, Georgia.
That was not what I was going to say. But let's each throw. I was going to say because we live in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in Philadelphia, and you might laugh at me, but never have I seen so many people devoted to a city. The people of Philadelphia are absolutely obsessed with Philadelphia.
I'll give you that.
Like, so much to the point where it doesn't matter how miserable things are here. Mm-hmm. People love it and they're happy here.
Yeah. Okay. Great. That's definitely a good topic. But, like, it's a city no matter how you look at it. I mean, like, New York City, I didn't see it anywhere on that list. Some of these are cities.
New York City is not a happy place to be.
No, but, like, I don't generally have great experiences heading out of the city. Although we did go when we did the axe throwing. That was pretty cool. That was a cool little trip. I don't know. I just like my outdoorsy stuff. So a lot of these, like Boulder, Colorado, I'd be like, yeah, I'll bicycle.
Yeah. So now I just wanted to quickly see what was down the list a little further. And we can quickly talk, like, just run through these quick. But there are some that are going to contradict ourselves. So Ann Arbor, San Francisco/Oakland. Sorry, Oakland. God. You guys are really happy.
Oh, no.
More from Colorado Springs. Mm-hmm. Manchester, New Hampshire, which I'm a little surprised about. Number 20 is Oxnard. Not surprised about that one.
Portland, South Portland, Maine.
Washington, D.C. Minneapolis, St. Paul. Sorry. San Diego. Oh, you're on 24.
I just was like...
And then number 25 was Austin, Texas.
Why?
Which is happy right now, but not when all their prices skyrocket in the next couple of years. So anyway, that was cool.
Yeah.
We learned about some happy places. So if you're out there in the world and you feel like your city's not happy enough, choose one of these on this list and go enjoy some full-on happiness. Whether it's a vacation, whether it's you want to start a new life. These are some great places to start with. Just not Stamford or Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm just kidding. I love Connecticut. I'm just kidding.
Convenient enough to places close by. So
it's convenient enough to make you happy and not have to live in those places.
Let us know. Actually, this would be a fun one. Let us know in an email or on our Facebook page or on Twitter of towns that you're from and how you feel if you're happy where you're at. Because that's another cool thing. It's like we didn't get to see smaller towns. Mm-hmm. Or tell us how many smiles you get.
Or if you live in one of these places.
Oh, there we go.
Tell us why you think your town is considered one of the happiest. We really want to know this.
Yeah, we really do.
Please shoot us an email. wehateforks@gmail.com.
Yes.
And tune in for us next week. You find us on all your favorite podcasting apps, such as
Stitcher, Podbean.
Yes. What else?
YouTube.
Okay. It's not a podcasting app, but that's fine.
Google
Play. iTunes.
Yes.
Or Apple Podcasts, whatever.
Yes.
And also iHeartRadio.
There we go. I'm going to get it one of these days.
You'll get it one of these days. Special thanks to Josh Woodward and the song As I Am. It's a song you hear for this podcast. A link to his website can be found in the show notes. And then I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, special thanks to Faith Grappone for giving us this
thank you for that topic. That was cool. Take a look. Now we definitely need to go out and travel to some of these places.
Absolutely.
Yep. So all you guys out there, have a 5 Smiles day, and we will see you next time.